Welcome to the California Maverick, a channel fighting for a free and sane California. Gavin Newsom and Congressional Democrats in California released the finalized proposed maps for the November special election. Late Friday night at 6:30 p.m., they released an interactive map that everyone has access to via the State Assembly website. So I decided to take a look and show everyone how bad this map really is. I'll have the link to the map in the description below. So here I have the interactive map, and you can tell it was rushed because it's not very user-friendly. It was very put together last minute, but link in the description below. Let's take a look at some of the worst offenders. You have District 2 here with Redding, a very rural area with Mount Shasta in plain view right behind the town, going all the way down to San Francisco. Right or left, Democrat or Republican is irrelevant. San Francisco and the coast and the bay have nothing in common with Redding and the people that border Oregon. I would even argue Redding doesn't even have anything really in common with Eureka except for the fact that they vote the same. District 1, where Chico and Paradise are, if you know about the Paradise fires not too long ago, comes all the way down back to the Bay Area, down to Santa Rosa. Again, this gigantic rural area making this weird puzzle piece all the way to Santa Rosa. This gigantic area has nothing in common with each other. Now we can talk about my neck of the woods, which is Sacramento. Sacramento is split up into 3 districts. That doesn't even make sense. Sacramento has 2 major freeways. You have Interstate 80, which is here in the north part, and you have US Route/US Highway 50. You have Corridor 80 and Corridor 50. El Dorado Hills and Placerville connect all the way to Elk Grove. This is over an hour away. Placerville and El Dorado Hills don't even belong together. They're completely different. Placerville is very rural. It has some tree-hugging hippies, have some gun ranges. I go there all the time. El Dorado Hills is a very upper class, upper middle class. Very ritzy, people who live up in the hills and the mountains, $1 million homes. Nothing in common with each other. District 3, which also splits Corridor 80 and Corridor 50. Arden Arcade is a very busy retail area, a lot of apartments, not many suburban neighborhoods or homes. You have Rancho Cordova, which is a very commercial area with some suburban homes, a lot of new development. And Folsom, which is a very upper class, very wealthy area, has some of the best schools in the state in Folsom High School, connected to Auburn. Auburn used to be a very small rural community. Now you have very large luxury $1 million homes. A lot of the smaller 3 to 4 bedroom homes now are worth millions of dollars, but it's a very small town feel, and a lot of these people have been living there for generations. 4 different school districts, and they have nothing in common whatsoever. And these are connected to this elephant looking thing that includes Grass Valley, which is another very small town, upper middle class area that's connected to Truckee, and it's in the name. It's a truck stop city right at the border of Nevada. None of these have anything to do with each other, not even remotely close. How are you going to have Arden Arcade connected to rural Grass Valley and a truck stop city? It doesn't even make sense. This is offensive and horrible. You are underrepresenting so many people. Forget about Republican or Democrat. It has nothing to do with that. A person from Arden Arcade cannot get elected and represent anybody from Grass Valley or Truckee. I don't want to get too far into the weeds into this disaster that is LA, but I did want to point out one district that connects Long Beach and Huntington Beach. These 2 are completely different demographics. They have nothing in common with each other. Completely different school districts, social services, hospital system, nothing in common. Shouldn't even be in the same sentence. Both great, beautiful beach cities, but nothing in common. And you can see here, Anaheim is completely split up and butchered. So is all of Orange County, this spaghetti mess here. And this is where it gets really hypocritical when these Democrats talk about the voices of our most vulnerable. This is the Central Valley with Fresno, Bakersfield, a lot of rural areas, very, very large Latino population. If you look at Fresno here, it's this little tiny district. Yes, Fresno is one of the bigger cities in this area, if not the biggest city. However, this little tiny district amongst these gigantic districts, all surrounding it, and you have Bakersfield, which is very closely related to Fresno, split up in this weird funnel-looking U thing That's part of this gigantic district here. But if you look at the demographics, you can see that the Latino vote is completely separated and split up. 65% Latino here. 32% here. 54% here. All Latino, all right-leaning, all voted for Trump. But now, all split up. What happened to being the voice of the most vulnerable and people of color? Or is it only Latinos and Hispanics that ascribe to your victim mentality and want illegal immigrants to take their jobs and crowd their schools and their medical systems? It's only the Latinos that you want to vote for you, but not all Latinos. Not those who are most vulnerable and underrepresented, which are right-leaning, Trump-voting, Republican Latinos. Those don't deserve your representation. And all this is just for 4 Democrat seats in the House of Representatives. That's it. That's not even enough to neutralize what Texas is doing. Texas is set to gain 5 seats. So they're not even effectively combating what this originally was set out to do. And it also proves the point that even with the independent redistricting committee, California was so gerrymandered that you gerrymander it even more and you only gain 4 seats. Never mind you're costing the taxpayers $100 million to $200 million. Never mind that you're disenfranchising millions of voters regardless of political affiliation and regardless of whether they want to believe that or not. You're disenfranchising millions of California voters, thousands, if not tens of thousands of Latino voters in the Central Valley, farmers, truck drivers, all for political capital and free campaigning headlines for Gavin Newsom's presidential run. And to appease the boomer or older millennial, vote blue no matter who, no King's Day protest liberal voter that doesn't care about anything else other than Orange Man bad, we need to fight and defeat the fascist while screwing over your entire state. Black, white, Latino, Republican, Democrat, moderate, doesn't matter. I hope we can defeat this in the ballot box, or the 3 pending lawsuits shut it down before it even gets to November 4th. If you like this video, leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.